If these walls could talk, it would be a story of joy and love and struggle and community, a community of multiple generations, all focused on our littlest ones.
I would describe the spirit of Educare DC as a place where the magic happens. It happens when you walk through the door and you're greeted. It happens when children are running down the hallway. And then it happens when teachers feel like this is a place where they can learn and grow.
Ten years ago, I actually was the board chair of the Promised Neighborhood, which was a project funded by the Obama administration Department of Ed. One of the ideas that was brought to the Promised Neighborhood was to build an Educare in the District of Columbia.
Educare is a program for young children that really puts them in an educational environment that is high quality. So they have things like smaller classrooms, better ratios, better trained educators. But the other thing about Educare is that from the very beginning, they have been very invested in using data, using research for continuous improvement.
The research program partnership is at the core of the Educare model. It is actually working to perfect the process of continuous quality improvement, where researchers are working directly with program staff and with families to understand how children are doing and to interpret those results in a way that helps everyone get better at what they're doing.
The idea of building here in Washington was as a demonstration to the federal government to come and visit and see what you can do when you really invest in young children.
Educare DC was different because we chose to go there. We weren't invited in. And that, was a tough road.
The city had challenges with national-oriented organizations coming into the local community for a long time. And so we initially were not so excited about Educare coming because the national organizations always felt that they knew more than the locals. They took advantage of the resources of the local community, and then they left.
Working with people in the community who were already operating our early childhood programs, they were very concerned about the implications for their businesses. The home-based educators, what does this mean that we're going to have to close down?
What helped Educare was that they listened to that history. They worked hard to try and be a part of the community, and they planned to be here long term and bring new resources into the community.
It was exciting. Educare was new to Washington, D.C. So what is this new program that shows what high quality early childhood education looks like? The community was buzzing. We were so excited as well as nervous. Still have great fond memories. It just seemed just like yesterday, really.
It was a feeling of excitement and anxiety all at the same time because it was new and it was like, we're just starting this. Can we do this? It was just like, it was a lot of mixed emotions, but all in all, it was a great feeling.
The beginning was quiet. We were only 4 classrooms that were open on site, and we were the very first and only infant room.
But it was a stumbling start. It went through a number of directors. It was hard to recruit families. It was hard to recruit children. It was certainly hard to recruit financial support.
And 2014, when I came in, it had been a couple years and it had been a little bit bumpy. Part of that was really because we came in without having built the groundwork and built the relationships. So all of these people who were already doing great work, we didn't connect in the right way.
Piper came in with this amazing background, and it was this complementary relationship that happened early on where I understood early childhood and what needed to happen for children and families, and she understood how to build a successful organization. And so together we taught each other.
Really what we did was we identified 3 main goals, which were high quality program performance and continuous program improvement. The second was impact beyond the walls of the organization as well as impact within. And third was a financial sustainability.
From the beginning, I wanted to make sure that we were doing the best thing for children and families, and we slowly but surely each year increased our impact, we increased our quality, we increased teacher pay, we increased opportunities, and we grew. So what I'm most proud of in Educare DC, when we first started, our staff went above and beyond for children. They always have, and they always will.
Educare is family. Educare is family. It's no one left behind. My son has disabilities. He's autistic. What happened was when I enrolled Mark in Educare, he was nonverbal. They were able to help him with push-in services. So it helped him to be more vocal, helped him to be more social. He even learned how to tie his shoe here. A staff member taught him how to tie his shoe because I could not do it. But he learned in an hour. When I say my family, I mean my Educare family. They believed in me. Because of Educare, I went to culinary school. I never thought about culinary school. It never crossed my mind. Yes, I love cooking. I have a passion for it. But I never thought of taking it into a career.
In addition to the support system for the child, there was a lot of support for the family, especially him being in foster care the first 2 years of his life, to having 2 dads. I think the staff here made him feel comfortable, didn't make him feel like that there was anything wrong with his situation. Everyone involved, from the teachers, staff, students, everyone was just very accommodating and made sure that Nehemiah never felt ostracized or set aside at all.
We are in a very important place in early care and education. We've got brain data that suggests that if you intervene in children's lives in the first 5 years, you can change their brains and change their long-term functioning. We also have economic data that says if you intervene in children's and families' lives in the first few years of life, you save the government a lot of money. So we've got data from 2 very different sources that say intervention in the early years matters now, matters later, and matters for the children, the families, but the society at large.
Investing in early learning is hard, but it's so important. We know from all of our research that getting it right at the beginning makes all the difference in child outcomes. And what the Educare network has allowed us to do is to build an amazing collection of organizations that are united in their effort to do big things for little children in our country.
It's been an amazing decade. What I feel most proud of the community that we've built and the community that we have become a part of. That's what we're all about, because early childhood education happens in the context of relationships. That's how children learn. That's how adults learn. And We have built a very strong culture and community here where people are focused on growing and learning.
So what's next for Educare DC? We are going to continue what we've done for the last 10 years. We're going to continue to provide high quality education, high quality teaching practices, and intensive and family engagement to our children and families.
I love this work. That's what keeps you going, because you know that if you stay with people, if you support them and show up for them, and sometimes it means you're just standing behind them and not saying a word, but you're there for them and they know you've got your back. That's what matters, and that Educare does that.